Hey you guys, so I've added some new things onto my Mercari page for anyone who's interested. People ask me from time to time, which is why I decided to make a cute little intro for you. So of course we know I always have makeup on my Mercari. I also have a couple of fragrances. I need to declutter and go through and find some more. I added a couple of body care things, and of course I've added a few fashion pieces since you saw my closet declutter. So head over there when you get a chance. On to today's video.
What's up, everyone? It is your girl Gelbeauty-QM here, aka Grace Honey, and today is time for another Why You Don't Need 3 Looks 3 Palettes. So in today's video we are going to be showing you the Ensley Rain, I forgot the name of it, I think the Light in Your Eyes or something like that palette right here. Then we should have the new Cosmic Beauty palette right here, and then we should have the new Singe Beauty palette right here to show the 3 palettes that I will be doing looks to compare to today. So if you like videos like this, if you like new makeup release, usually go up on Fridays. If you like a good foundation video, I have those, and I got so many complexion videos already. So if you're interested in complexion, they should have popped up over my face while I was doing that random rant about what's coming in the future. If you like a good eyeshadow video like the one we're doing now, I've done a few. They should be popping up over my face right now. I know I recently did the Ulta palettes that they came out with. I've done a few eyeshadow palettes. If you like a good fragrance video, if you like those sorts of videos, along with a good fashion video, I do fashion shorts twice a week, and then I have like a couple fashion videos I did. I finally got the TJ Maxx video up for you all. That one went up Thanksgiving Day, but I've done one on a brand called Johansson. I've done one on Forever 21, and now I finally did my first one on TJ Maxx. I'm sure I have to do more because I do quite a few fashion shorts about TJ Maxx and constantly get asked questions. So if you like videos like that, then this is definitely a place for you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. If you like a good organization video, home decor, and vlog situation, then you probably like my membership. That's the place for you. Make sure you check that out. But let's get on to this video. So the first palette I'm going to show you is the Spooked palette from Gourmand Girls and Doodles by the Bunny. This is the first palette I thought of when I saw the new palette from, what do you call it, Cosmic Beauty. So as you can see, they look pretty similar in tone. I might cover my face with the picture just so you can see, or I might put like a side by side here, and there'd be no point for this, but just in case, this is what the palette looks like. And as you can see, it's giving similar tones. It doesn't give the exact tones because it doesn't have the pink, but you see it has the orange, it has the purple, it has the green, it has the dark black in the palette. So I feel like this could be a good alternative. If you have some other palettes though, I did have 2 more alternatives. I had the Hocus Pocus 2 palette. I feel like it was similar, it just didn't have like the purples, and sorry, it didn't have the pinks and the reds, but it had everything else. Like it had the purple, it had the green, and it had the orange. So if you're more prone to those colors and aren't necessarily caring about the like red and pink vibe of it, that might be a good palette for you. And then there's actually just the Merry Christmas palette from Ulta. It looks really similar to it, it just doesn't have the pinks and like the purple. So the pink and purple is missing out of there, and it does have like one pink shimmer that I think shifts to like a bluish purple if I remember correctly. So technically I guess you consider that one of the pinks, but I mean in the sense of the mattes that it doesn't have that. So just something to keep in mind. I decided to go with the Spooked palette from Doodles by the Bunny and Gourmand Girls just because I'm so excited she's come back to Instagram finally, and I wanted to use one of her palettes. So the next one we're going to talk about is the Ensley Rain. I think it's called Light Up Your Eyes, or Light Up Your Eyes, or something like that, like I said. And I felt like it looked really similar to the Sigma Enchanted palette, and y'all know I love me a good Sigma moment, so anytime I get to pull out some Sigma, I will. As you can see, it's giving really similar tones to this palette. It gives a little more grungy version of this, and this might be a little bit more spring inspired to some people, but I feel like it was good enough to compare, so that's what we're doing with this one. We're gonna use this as the alternative to the Ensley Rain palette. I do have a code with Sigma Beauty if you're interested. You can use code Gelbeauty. They took off the 87, so it's just Gelbeauty. But my girl Karen does have a code with Gourmand Girls. If I remember correctly, it's Cage Makeup. So if you need a Gourmand Girls code, use my girl Karen's code. The last one we're going to talk about is one to dupe the new Singe palette. I hate doing this. I always hate whenever I have to do like an influencer's work or whatnot. But it just gave me like a little bit more colorful vibes of the Flying Fiddles palette. And I'm like, I already have this, so I don't necessarily need that one. I want her to come out with some more colorful stuff. I know she has played safe though to start off with, so that all her fans can experience the formula and get the opportunity to use it. So I get that's why I was done, but that's just not my cup of tea. So I'm like, yeah, no. So I'm gonna just use my Flying Fiddles, because at least with this one I can move the shades around and make it work for me. If you did not know, you can move the shades around in the Adept palettes. I have done so in another palette. I think I already put it away though, so I can't show it to you, but you can use code Gelbeauty87 at Adept too if you wanted to pick up this palette or any other palette. So I'm going to use this to compare to Angie's palette. Now obviously it's not going to be exact because hers is definitely giving a little bit more color than this one is, but I felt like they had similar enough colors to where I could use both of them. So I'm going to go off camera, get my life in order, then I will come back and we'll have picked one of these palettes to use first. It's a good majority of neutrals, so I think I'll start off with the fun one, the one I talked about first, the Spooked palette, and see what we can come up with that. So I'll be right back. Okay, girl? Okay. Okay, y'all, so this is what I came up with, and these are the shades that I picked from the Spooked palette with Gourmand Girls and Doodles by the Bunny. So these three are our lid and inner corner shades, and then these three are our transition shades. I feel like you can't tell much the difference between the red and the orange, which I was a little disappointed in, but not too much, because I feel like it looks like a possible two-tone thing. Plus, I feel like with them combined, it kind of looks really similar to the pink shade that's in the Cosmic Beauty palette. Since there is no pink shade in this palette, it's red, but I was hoping it would oxidize with the orange and do what it's doing, so I'm fine with that. It just looks like I don't have a transition shade, but that's okay. We're gonna start with the shade Haunted. Anyway, let's go into the shade Terror now and put that in our crease. So I kind of lifted it a little bit high up, like up here underneath, to kind of give like a blend, hoping I could blend them together and give like the red in the crease, and then maybe it turned a little bit pinkish, mixing the red and the orange combination. It did what I wanted to, so I guess I should be excited about that. Have you all done any, like, did y'all do a lot of Black Friday shopping? Because I actually was pretty calm. I need to pick up another couple of Snif fragrances and like their candle, because I want to do a review on their candle. They just came out with a new one with the half-baked harvest. If you are one of my members and you saw, I went to the Snif event they had here in Chicago. They had one for Naughty Nona in New York. I believe that's where the brand is based, but yeah, they did one here in Chicago as well, so I made sure I went to that one. I meant to go to the one that they had for Crumb Couture. I think it was Crumb Couture or Vanilla Vice here in Chicago, and I ended up missing it because it was like all the way downtown. I was like, I didn't want to go downtown. When they do them on the north side, I'll do it, but like if it's downtown, I don't want to. Okay, so we're looking pretty good with that. Let's go ahead and put the purple on. Now I'm trying to be short with these because I'm like, the purple is called Gargoyle. What is that name? Cauldron, sorry. So I'm like, I'm trying to be short with these just because I'm like, I know I have to, you know, do like 3 eyeshadow looks in one video. So try to edit as much as I can and not do that much talking, because I know some people be getting irritated when, you know, you have to sit for a really long time because I'm talking to myself. So I'm trying to keep it at a minimum. I'll probably talk the most coming to the end because I know I don't have any more looks today. I'm just I'm just glad it's nice outside, at least for the sun, so I can get some decent pictures of these looks. Okay, y'all, let's cut the crease with some glitter glue. Yeah, so now we're gonna start with the purple on the outer V. It's called Treat, and then I'm gonna put the shade Spirit, the beige one, in the inner corner. Then we're gonna do Apple Bob in our actual inner corner. So toward the front of the eye, we'll put Spirit, and Treat we're gonna start with the back. Yeah, I usually end up filming eye looks at night because it's like I'll be inspired in the middle of the night to do like maybe a video or two, kind of like my bestie Dion does. So sometimes I'll be up in the middle of the night doing eye looks, and then I have to, like, you know, I don't get cute shots to put on Instagram because I'm like, in the beauty room light it's okay, but it's not giving what natural sunlight gives. Like, y'all know I just have a thing for natural sunlight. I do it when it comes to my fashion looks. I do it when it comes to my eye shadow looks and makeup and all that. Whenever I do it with my shorts, like, I just love natural sunlight. So whenever I can get it, honey, I'm trying to serve it, give it, be about that life. So took the shade Spirit. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna wash my little butt outside because lately it seems like the sun just goes down like super quick, and I'm like, I don't want to miss it. Now I know, I think it's probably only like 11:30, something like that, and I haven't eaten lunch yet, so I figured maybe after I do these 3 looks, I'll eat lunch and dig through the perfumes and maybe come back. I'm thinking about doing a little bit of organization. We'll have to wait and see, you know, how I feel after I get done eating, because y'all know sometimes you get done eating, you want to do anything, but it's like I must try to at least finish like one more set of eye looks because my new series is coming. I want to have a month's worth of eye looks, and I think I only have 3, so I need at least 4. So like every Friday I'll have one to go, sorry, every Saturday I have one to go to replace the one I did, the new series that, I mean the old series, because y'all know, not old school versus new school, what is it, colorful versus muted is about to end. Now it's time for Apple Bob, y'all. This is our inner corner shade. This was the only green I had in the palette that I could use, so that's why I went with it. So this is our finished eye. I feel like this one looks a little bit more airbrushed than this one, but I did spend a little more time in this part right here and add more orange back to try to give it that like blown out effect, especially underneath the eyebrows. So I'll probably have to do it off camera to save us some time. But this is pretty much it, y'all. So I'm gonna go off camera, put the green eyeliner on from Made by Mama Mitchell that you see, take some Look at Me, I Think I'm Sexy pictures, and then we will go into look number 2, which is the Enchanted palette that's supposed to dupe the palette from Ensley Rain. You can use code Dionluvs15 if you need a discount. She told me her code wasn't stated. I had put in the wrong thing because I just put in Dion when I bought my friend's stuff. So it's Dionluvs15 if you need to buy anything from Ensley Rain. Okay, y'all, so this is the eye I came up with from the picture that I looked at with the Enchanted palette. So here are my swatches, and I use Metamorphosis, Claystone, Evergreen, Moonglade, and Electrum. And this palette to recreate this look. So I feel like this is a great alternative for people who don't necessarily care about having multi-chromes, you know, or dual chromes. Even though there's one duochrome in here, it's just really like a ethereal-ish type. I feel like if you don't care about that sort of thing, then you wouldn't mind having this palette. So we started with the shade Quartz, which is like the beigey shade. I know, right? Who am I? I always talk crap about these shades, but I figured I'd try it out today because it was in the other palette, and I feel like there's a few shades in this palette that are in that palette because that one seems to have a lot more shimmers in my personal opinion than this one does. So I was trying to make up for it by using shades I might not necessarily normally use. Plus, I think it gives a nice little like frosty cool tone effect and lightens up the shade, because I thought it was going to be a lighter like taupey-ish shade, but it ended up being like quite deeper. So I'm kind of glad that I mixed this in to get a little bit more of a mauve-y toned effect like I was hoping it would be, because to me this gives like a little bit of a deeper kind of, I guess purplish, mauve-y, grayish type situation as opposed to like just a simple mauve like I was hoping. So I mixed the lighter shade in and it worked out for me. Yay. So as you can see, I'm using this bigger fluffy brush, which I don't normally do for this, but I'm trying to like, you know, make sure I get the right mauve coloring up here, and then I'll go on with my crease brush and do the deeper shade. This is Claystone, and the first shade was Quartz. Now let's go on with Claystone some more, just focusing it in the crease. I just feel the urge to not, y'all know I don't ever use shades like this. Not even like to pat down to set my eyeshadow primer. Like I never use shades like that. Let's get into the shade Evergreen now. I was so excited to see that they had the same green shade. I think they don't have a black shade though. I can't tell though by like the lighting of the picture. But I was quite sure that the shade I was looking at was a deep like foresty green shade, so I was like, we're gonna go with that. Okay, y'all, let's cut the crease with this glitter glue. Okay, I started with the shade Moonglade, and then I put the shade Metamorphosis on top because it didn't have enough pigmentation that I wanted to see the results that I wanted to see. So I thought, let me just pat this down real quick, and I put the gold in the inner corner because I feel like it'd be something different. I figured a cool tone shade was expected like for me to do a pink or something like that, so I went out of my way to do like a bright gold shade just because I felt like it gave a uniqueness to the look. Now let's put Metamorphosis on top. So I'm gonna just flip the brush over and go to Metamorphosis, and then start putting this on top to get that extra shifting vibrancy that you see on the other eye. Y'all know what you do to one eye, you gotta do the other one. So I'm just, now let's take the shade Electrum and put it in the inner corner. And this is finished look for the Ensley Rain dupe with the Sigma Enchanted palette. You can use code Gelbeauty to purchase anything that you want from Sigma. Yes, code Gelbeauty. They took off the 87 for some reason. I don't know why, but you know, it's okay, it's fine. But yeah, so this is what we're working with. I gotta go off camera and do the purple eyeliner and whatnot, if you will. But I will come back with the last look, which is gonna be a dupe for Angie's palette, or alternative to Angie's palette, which is the Adept Cosmetics Flying Fiddler. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the eye I came up with for Angie's palette. So here are the swatches. I took this aubergine shade. The blue shade was obvious. I took the swirly shade in the middle because I feel like it was the one that matched the shimmers in it the most. Again, since I don't have the shimmers in front of me, I can't say for sure. I took this brown shade because I know she had a neutrally brown in there, and I took this shade that does shift a little bit, but from the outside it looks similar to the shade that I chose from her palette. So let's get into this. Start with the shade Sahara. What looks like this, I'm trying to like experiment or do a whole bunch of like, you know, different techniques or whatnot, just because I'm trying to keep it simple, especially when I have like 3 looks to do like we had in this video, and then I'm gonna have another one I'm doing 3. I'm gonna do both of Manny's new palettes with older palettes from his line already, because it seems like he just made miniature versions of his big like neutral cool tone and warm tone palettes for the day and night palette. Then I have one for the Willy Wonka palette from Glamlight, just because it's like, it's just a standard brown palette. It's basically like the Norvina palette, but they just called it Willy Wonka. Like, and take your pick on which Norvina palette, because remember she has that giant Norvina Pro palette, and then she has her original Norvina palette from ABH. So that one will be coming, I think, next week. I'm not doing that one this week just because I figured once a week will be enough. And I left the purple palette at home, so when I get home I need to pack it, and then if I get to come during the week I'll do it, but I'm not gonna, you know, go out of my way to get that done. This is the shade we're working with so far. Again, remember this name of the shade is Sahara. Now we're getting this aubergine shade called Daylily. I love colors like this. I think they're so gorgeous. I especially like them for fall, so I'm like, yes, give it to me. I'm trying to figure out what I want to eat for lunch, y'all, because we had lasagna for Thanksgiving. We didn't do a traditional like Thanksgiving meal. We did lasagna, which definitely works for me because I love lasagna. I need to buy some garlic bread from the store, and then I need to get something for Adriangameover because I don't know if he's gonna want the lasagna or not, and I'm gonna have something back up, and then if he wants to eat again, then he's gonna have to eat lasagna. But it's like, I'll give him something different for lunch, so that way you know you don't get tired of Thanksgiving food. Cause I feel like after a while you get tired of it. I already seen the memes online like, we still eating Thanksgiving food, and I'm just like, oh. So I'm like, that's why I wanted something at least that I like. But I ate up all of the garlic bread, and Adriangameover lives to eat a lot of garlic bread when he does eat pasta. So I'm like, I need to make sure that I got some. There's that. Now we're taking the shade Green Kelly, which I think is interesting because I'm like, I feel like this is definitely getting a more blue shade. So why it's called green, I don't know, but maybe the mixture of green and blue to them looked green, and that's why they called it Green Kelly. I'm assuming Kelly Green is trademarked, and that's why they just put it on there backwards. I don't know. Okay, y'all, so let's cut the crease now with the glitter glue. Now we're gonna take the shade Scorpion Grass. That's the unique spiral shade in the middle. I'm sorry if y'all hear the neighbors outside. As you can, yeah, you probably heard that. That's the guy I told you about that always yells, "Hi!" It has like the special needs next door, so I guess his family came to pick him up, or maybe they're taking him all somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. I just know he's quite loud and verbal. The other ones don't talk, but he'll come out here and he'll make some noise, okay? I'm not mad at him for it, though. I just be like, okay, hi. I gotta go now, bye. Okay. Now we're gonna put the shade Yellowing Brown. Pretty sure that's what I put in my inner corner. Let me see. Hope I grabbed the right one, because I feel like it might be a different one. But yeah, we're gonna put Yellowing Brown in there right now. I already did to the other side. Even though putting the wrong one, it's kind of just already never got to deal with it. So this is the last look. I forgot to save the one with Angie's palette for last. So I'll back you on up. So let me know down below which one you thought looked the most similar, because I feel like the first two are the most similar. Probably the what is it, the Enchanted one from Sigma, I feel like is the most similar. You can use code Gelbeauty-QM to pick up this Flying Fiddles palette from Adept, you can use code Gelbeauty to pick up the Sigma palette, and you can use code what is it? What other palette did I use? Jeez. You can use code Cage Makeup for the Gourmand Girls and Doodles by the Bunny Spooked palette. But yeah, I just feel like moving forward, I'm probably not going to be getting a lot of new releases unless it's a brand I review for you all a lot and it has like a format I really like. Because at this point, I feel like everybody's just grouping together and coming up with all the same color stories, and just whichever brand you like formula the most is the one you should just go ahead and reach for and grab first. That's why I'm kind of just like, I'm not necessarily excited about a lot of new launches because a lot of them just look the same, or they like dig back into the crates for ones that you haven't seen in a while, hoping you won't remember. Like, remember when No Man came out with that palette? I had forgot that Kirsten Dominique came out with the Lemonade palette because she hasn't launched any eyeshadow in a while. But once I figured it out, like, I made sure I told you all. Then with this new one from Ensley Rain, the Sigma Enchanted palette, you could probably give like 50% off, 75% off on their website. That's one of the older ones that they usually put on sale frequently, along with the Untamed one. So it's like, you just need to be mindful where you shopping. Now, I hear some people say they necessarily don't like the Sigma quality of eyeshadow. I've never had an issue with their eyeshadow quality, but you know, to each his own when it comes to that, and to each his own when it comes to buying from any of these brands. I'm not telling you not to buy from these brands just because I don't necessarily buy from some of these brands. It's all about color story and preference, and if you are more about saving for what you want and using things you already have, or if you're more about trying a nice variety of new things, what you want to do. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Comment down below and tell me which look was your favorite look, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bless, girl. Bye.
Fun doesn't have to stop here. Let's be friends over on Instagram to check out the latest fashion, fragrance, and palette comparisons that I have to offer. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. I can't wait to see you over there. Have a great day.